are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run it here. This is D'Onta Foreman. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Walker. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Room here to run. Dashing through the snow. Touchdown, Carolina. D'Onta Foreman, 62 yards. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Well, the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his 3rd season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and we like even more guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
It'll be a loss of, 18 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They gotta go.
Now it's Burrow. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Charles already trailing that touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready.
A carry for Foreman. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. D'Onta Foreman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Here's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back to Mixon on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
Here we go.
Back to throw here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run with Foreman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Deontay Foreman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Gotta go.
Now Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To Mixon on the check down. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket.
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing again, it's Burrow. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown, Bengals! From 3 yards out, and the Bengals get a bit closer. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
And I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back. To finalize things off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Now, they've all been good so far. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. 48 yards for Chuba Hubbard as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They go play action with Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to him. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield now, Burrow rolling to his left. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, it's complete.
Here we go.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
11 empty.
Again, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Oh, he fakes a spike. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Joe Mixon as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, left side. He's at the 30. 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
He's going to go up top again. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Tough one. Even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 38. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him fly forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Walker. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about...
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll set up a throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Here we go.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They're going to look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Gun. Stop.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterback. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Jet sweep. Boyd with it. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. The big loss on 1st down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down simple scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on a big seam, and he might go all the way. The 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. DJ Moore, 87 yards. And the Panthers start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's got Chase on the comeback route. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
19, Tiger, 19.
And they go play action. Here's Walker. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Play action now, Walker. And he coughed it up. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 1. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this one is incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to go score.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mixing up the middle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 3rd and goal. Trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Mixon. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Come on. Hey, 70 Rangers. Come back in. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Burrow. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A final shot now for Burrow. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.